Jack to the drawing board. Top 5 women's pay-per-view matches of 2023 thus far. This is WWE, NXT, AEW, Ring of Honor, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, which obviously is, I'm just talking about the women's matches that were featured on New Japan. So Battle in the Valley, Wrestle Kingdom 17, not Stardom, because I don't have a vast Stardom watching library here, so I'm not going to throw those in there. So don't crucify me for not having them in. I'm literally prefacing this top 5 by saying I'm not including Stardom. You cannot get on me for this. All right, top 5. Let's do this. Number 5, we've got Bianca Belair versus Io Sky at WWE Backlash. But anyway, Jack to the drawing board, basically, let me set this up, is where I will give my hot take on a specific category in wrestling via ranking system. And we'll have, I got Ryan in the bottom corner here, so you can see his reaction and see how bad this shit is. Starting at number 5, we got this one, 4 stars. The fans in attendance were heavily invested all night long in Puerto Rico, and it was no different here as they cheered the heel Io Sky. This is Io's best match so far in WWE up to that point. I felt like it was more of a I'm here moment for Io, and Bianca definitely helped showcase that. Io later won the Money in the Bank briefcase and successfully cashed in, but this was the match that I believe gave her the confidence. Gave management the confidence, I should say, going into that. To actually, like, you know, cash in and win the fucking title and all that. Like, they felt comfortable because of the reaction that she got. So you agree with that one? Don't agree with that one? What's the deal?
I mean, it's hard to say that I agree with anything before I know what the other ones are. If you want me to talk about,
that makes sense. Let's do number 4 then. Number 4, I gave a 4.25 to Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus at WWE Payback. Okay. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. These two ladies absolutely beat the hell out of each other for 20 minutes inside of a cage. This is easily Trish's best match since coming back from retirement for all the women's all-women's pay-per-view Evolution until today. Meltzer rated the match 4 stars. I went slightly higher as I believe they both overperformed from what I expected going in. What holds this back from being even higher to me is the fact that Zoe Stark interfered in a match that was specifically announced to keep her from messing with the outcome. Even though, in the end, Becky still won, it still took me out of it from that standpoint. Also, even though Lynch picked up the victory for the record books, Trish proved to a lot of people that even at 47 years old, she should still be considered among the greats in the history of WWE women's wrestling. All right, number 3, we've got Mercedes Moné versus Kairi Sane at Battle in the Valley, New Japan, 4.5 stars. I thought 20 minutes in a cage was crazy. Try beating the hell out of each other for over 26 minutes with Joshi-style pro wrestling. Mercedes had an insane outing, and in this match proved that she was right to bet on herself. If we are speaking candidly, so did Kairi, who also left WWE after being poorly misused in a lot of fans' eyes. They tore the house down, and people from everywhere came out to watch this match that ended up being worth buying the pay-per-view alone. CM Punk from AEW, Bayley from WWE, and more showed up backstage just to watch this match. This match proves that you should always bet on yourself, especially when the entire world knows you're better than what is being portrayed on TV. That goes for Mercedes and Kairi Sane. All right, number 2, 4.75 for Athena versus Willow Nightingale at Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. 20 minutes, main event, Ring of Honor Women's World Title, Athena, Willow. Need I say more? Both ladies doing the best work of their careers at that point. Athena even evolving it further now with Billie Starkz, but at this point she was on a rampage to prove to everyone that she was the best and the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion. And by the way, at the time of this ranking, she still holds it. Athena picked up the win in probably the closest match that she's had as champion so far, as a lot of people picked Willow to win that match and thought it was her time. A lot of throwbacks to previous influences and Ring of Honor women's wrestlers of the past sprinkled in, and 2 ladies on top of their game creating magic on the biggest stage ever for women in Ring of Honor history, the main event of a pay-per-view. It was a fantastic match. And number 1, 5 stars, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, WWE WrestleMania 39 Night 1. 2 ladies that kicked each other hard and hit each other in the face even harder. The chemistry between Rhea and Charlotte is definitely noticeable. Their previous WrestleMania encounter a couple years prior to this was also good, and Charlotte came out on top by taking Rhea's NXT title. However, this time, Rhea was able to slay the queen and gain a measure revenge with a victory and winning the SmackDown's Women's Championship. And at the time of this video, still holds it as the World Women's Championship, with no one coming close to taking it from her since winning. Meltzer gave this match a 4.75 stars, and I couldn't disagree more. Yes, it is only a 0.25 difference, but I only wanted to point this out because he gave Sami and KO versus the Usos 5 stars, and I did not. I had them actually flipped with the tag match receiving 4.75 instead, and Rhea and Charlotte getting 5. Rhea and Charlotte laid it all on the line, and not only won up their previous Mania match, but lived up to the hype they gave this match going in. Also going over 20 minutes, I think the most important thing this list conveys is that if you book with intent and give them time, the women can knock it out of the park on a consistent basis. The issue is that they're not getting those opportunities enough. That's not an AEW thing. It's not a WWE thing. It's a wrestling thing. So those are my top 5 women's pay-per-view matches in 2023 between WWE, NXT, AEW, Ring of Honor, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Thoughts? Grade the list.
I think you have the Becky Trish thing way higher than I would put it. I don't know if that's you came into it with lower expectations and didn't expect Trish to like be a competent wrestler or whatever, but that match didn't stand out to me as particularly good. It wasn't bad, but it's not like it was anything crazy for me. But I think we had that conversation at the time too, and I think I even said then that you viewed it as a lot better than I did. But other than that, no. I mean, I think everything else on there is fine.
All right, so can you think of a match off the top of your head that you would put in its place? Or would you bump up Bianca and Io to 4 and then put something else at 5?
Probably. Or
would you just flip Becky and Trish and put it at 5? Or are you taking it out altogether?
I'd probably take it out altogether. Off the top of my head, since I'm not the one that went and did a bunch of research on the matches for this year and what was this year and what wasn't, no, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I'm sure that there were better.
Well, I'll have to disagree then, since I actually have a list and you do not. But I do appreciate it.
Didn't tell me to make
I do appreciate it. Like I thought you were going to tear it apart a lot more than that, honestly.
No, I mean, I think as soon as you told me what the list was going to be, the top 2, I think we were already going to be pretty much in agreement about. So no, it's whatever.
All right, so this is a brand new segment, Jack to the Drawing Board. I will be doing this probably around once a month. I do have the scene already set up. I just got to figure out my topics. Obviously, it'll be different, random ass topics, like the weirdest shit, and then stuff that obviously like this, where people can complain a lot in the comments. But yeah, Jack to the Drawing Board. Be ready for it, and then we'll get Ryan's rebuttal and everything. Okay, so like I need to put the grades up. I don't think I have the grades up on this scene though. I need to start putting Ryan's grades. Let me add the scene. All right, so what grade do you give it? Let me see if I can actually pop it up here or not.
Grade do I give what? Your list?
Yeah, the list. Overall, grade the list. We grade the list all the time.
B+.
B+? Hey, it was the right one.
Yeah.
It was the right one. Now, why is it so fucking small though? Give me a second. Let me well, we don't need it that big, I guess, but we'll just move it over here. Yeah, we'll do like that. All right, so that's... How about that? That looks good. All right, we'll do grades for that. There it is. B+, he gives it. Actually, should I put it by you, since you're the one giving the grade?
Maybe.
Put it by you. Ryan gives it a B+.